Hi everybody! Today I'm going to show you a tutorial on how to use Piktochart to make your very own infographic. It's a really easy and mostly free program. It does have some paid features, but there's a lot of things on here you can access just through the free parts of the website. If you log in to Piktochart, and it is free to sign up, this is the dashboard, and this just shows you all the different graphics or infographics or visuals or whatever that you've made before. But if you want to go to make a new one, you just click on this little button up here, Create New. And it's going to ask you what you want to create. And so there are different things and different templates that you can create, but we're just going to go with infographic. And this is popping up asking me if I want to print it, and I don't want to print it, so I'm not worried about that. So I'm just going to click Got It. There, of course, is just a blank template if you just want to make your own. But there's also all these other templates that are pretty cool that are already kind of set up, and then you can just kind of go in, and the spacing is really good on them, and you don't have to worry about that so much. And you can just kind of replace it with your own graphics and your own information. So the templates are pretty cool. So I like the look of this one. This is kind of neat looking. So I'm going to use this template, and I'm just going to start playing around with it. And really, that's the best way to learn about Piktochart. If you give it just a second, here we go. So it's got all these little blocks on it, kind of like a PowerPoint or a Google Slides. But if it's a really long template, like this one is kind of, well, it's about medium. But if you want to get rid of a block, if you know there's extra blocks that you just don't want, straight off you can hit this little delete block button. Or if it's not long enough and you want to add more, you can just go to add block. And then it just kind of picks up the background color of the last block and just kind of goes with it. It's not really formatted, but it's there. All these little icons are preset, but you can go in and change it. So if I wanted to change this, I can just kind of double click on it and the little cursor comes in. I'm going to delete this out. So there's that. And then same thing here, just double click on everything. And it does take a little bit to get used to how it works, but once you get used to it, it's really, really easy. I definitely want to show you guys real quick this left side toolbar. If you go into here, there's different things, like these are lines that you can make, photos, that sort of thing, that are just kind of stock photos that anybody is welcome to use. These are different frames you can put around the photos, which is kind of neat, kind of gives it a really professional look. Up here you've got shapes and icons. So if you hit this drop down box, it's got all these different categories, which is really neat, that you can use depending on what your topic is. So say you're talking about something in the medical field, you can click on this and you've got all these cool little graphics that you can use: an ambulance, a doctor, I think that's a stomach maybe, yeah, looks like it. All these sorts of little things. Oh, here's a little nurse. So let's say we want a nurse on our thing. So you just click it and it comes up, and then you can pull it wherever you want to and kind of manipulate it. You can make it bigger or wider. If you want to make it longer or taller, however you want to do it, and just kind of set it up yourself. Then let's say we wanted some text to go with that. We can just, if we wanted a title, that's for kind of like a bigger piece of text, but probably want to use some body text here, and then it just brings up this little tiny little box. You have to click off of it and then click back onto it, and then you can drag it wherever you want. And then when you double click on it again, you can't really see this because the type is the same color as the background, but I'll change it to white so that'll really pop. And then if I type in here, this is a nurse. Oh, it didn't change to white. Okay, let's make sure that that changed to white. There we go. So there's a nurse, and we can center it however we want. What else do I want to show you guys? So if you scroll down, it's really easy to get rid of text. If you just click on the text box and then just delete. If we want to get rid of this, you can delete and then hit this and delete the square. They've got all these little templates that you can use to put text in. That's pretty cool. It makes it very professional looking. This is just color schemes, some really nice color pairings that go together really well. really gives your presentation a very professional look. Different background colors and kind of stripes and kind of cute things like that. Oh, this is kind of neat. Oh, those are sharks. I didn't even mean to hit that, but that's pretty cool. Sharks and all kinds of sea creatures, I guess. That's really neat. So the last thing that I want to show you before we have to run, because I've pretty much shown you the basics, it really is just that simple. If you want to preview it, you can hit the little preview button here, and you can kind of see what it looks like if you're going to publish it. Of course, this is kind of a mess because we've just been playing around in it, but you get the idea. If you want to get the embed code so you can embed it into a website or something that you're going to send to a teacher, a blog, whatever you're going to use it for, you can hit this little share button over here, and then you're going to name it. We'll call this sample, and then 1, and then we're going to go to public. Okay, so that was successful, and so we'll hit OK. Now, this is where you can just kind of share it directly onto your social media, but we want the embed code. This is the link that would pop up, like the URL, but we actually need the embed code if we're going to put it on a website. So you can click that, and then you just copy, and then you can paste it into your Weebly or blog or whatever website, Google Sites, whatever it is that you're using. You can just embed it right in there, and it'll just pop up and looks very nice. So that's a great way to share that. I hope you guys have found this helpful, and I hope you have a lot of fun playing around with Piktochart. It is a really, really cool resource, and I think that it'll be really helpful for you guys to start creating some of your own items with. Enjoy!